Okay, here we are. So thank you very much, Pedro, for joining me today. It's a big day, I would say. I have been doing through some numbers, and I have to say that we are working together already 10 months, nine and a half.
Yes, more or less one years.
Yes. So how does it feel for you? Tell me something about your hotel, or tell us, everyone, about your hotel, about yourself, and why you have decided to work with me. Like, why 10 months?
So, hello everyone. So first of all, my name is Pedro. I have a hotel here in Porto, Portugal. It's Castelo Santa Catarina. We have 25 rooms. So we are a big property, but only with 25 rooms. So we are a hotel for more or less 40 years. So this is a family business. The first owner was my grandfather. Now my father is the owner, and I'm assisting him. So the thing about this hotel family business is that since we are open for 40 years and we are doing fine for all these years, but of course, when you have a company, you always want to excel your business. So, and I was in a moment where I wanted to learn more things and how to do the things proper in a hospitality way. Although I have some background of a big Portuguese hotel company, um, it's different when you have your own business and you are an independent hotel, because the numbers, they don't appear, and suddenly you need to create them and to understand and to read them. And although I have the experience, the operations experience, the day by day experience dealing with guests and everything, I was lacking the that I don't know, revenue and accounting, more like accounting operations. So that's one of the things I was looking for, and I found Radka on LinkedIn. So congratulations for your investment in social media. It's working. And suddenly I found someone that aligned with my mindset and the things that I was looking for. Um, so there are a lot of people with knowledge in the industry, but someone that has the view and someone that can assist independent hotels and independent hoteliers that really need some help. And we will talk about some examples in Hadka community, people that they are not even in the area, so they're like accountants or finance or medical staff, and suddenly they have a hotel for any reason, and they don't know nothing about the business, um, and so they need help. And Hadka actually is the right person to help and to assist. So that was the main thing that get me connect with Hadka and speak with her. It was really nice. I got more than what I was expecting. So basically, the program is very straightforward. Kafka starts by teaching you how you should, where your mind should go, how you should look to your guests and what you should look for. And then you start getting other assets to your skills and tools that will allow you to exit. So it was really nice. I was looking for something very specific, like help with my revenue strategy and finance. How can I turn on my finance easily to read? And suddenly I get much more than that. So every week for the last 10, 12 months, we meet as a community, and it's very interesting also to see the feedback from other people from other countries. So yeah, the main thing I was looking for was this financial and revenue part, but I get much more than that, so I'm really happy.
Perfect. So, Pedro, just tell me, in the beginning, you have been talking about that you have been looking for someone, or that we have been aligned, let's say. You just found like that we are the right match, let's call it this way, okay? From
Yeah.
the business perspective. Like what was that exactly that match? Was it about that I was coming from the industry, or maybe because I was having a community, or maybe it was more like you really wanted to have the revenue background with some financial overlapping, aspects. So what was exactly that kind of knocking point?
Well, I think I remember the first conversation we had through Zoom, and you asked me to tell you about about my hotel and everything and my experience. And suddenly I felt that you were understanding my doubts and even my fears, and where do we want to continue improving the hotel. So the first impression was, of course, regarding more the revenue side, and that for me was enough. And as I said, then I got much more than what I was expecting. But that alignment of mindset was, I understood you had the tools and the experience to provide me some knowledge and the things that I will need. So, and in a very quick conversation, I understood that with your approach. Um, so yeah, that was the starting point that I felt that my mind was aligned. Well, your mind was aligned with what I wanted. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's perfect. Thank you. Well, this is actually what is very important for me, because you want to spend the time with me and I want to spend the time with you. And we have to be really aligned in this kind of, mindset. It should be definitely there, because you would like to feel okay to spending a time, and we have give ourselves a commitment 6 months, and it's like you want to feel very good those 6 months, week by week, that the time you are spending with that person like understands you and can guide you. Perfect. So,
And
but
even let me just add one more thing, Radka, because you spoke about the community, and I think that's also very important. So basically, you have not one but two communities that, and they are linked. The international one and the other one, the
the Czech one.
help me, yeah, the Czech one. Um, and it's very good then that we have a platform where we are all connected, uh, and it's good to see that the process that you are going through, it's also the process that someone already passed by or are still going to pass. So you can also share your ideas and your feedback regarding some doubts or some issues that others have. And it goes from starting a hotel from scratch to add homemade eggs at breakfast. So it's kind of the scope is very big. And I think that's very positive for all the members of both that it's only one community. So
Okay.
the community was also something that I was not at the beginning, but well, when we started, I was very curious to see how it works.
Okay.
And I think that's if you're looking, I think it's an opportunity even to grow more for
Yeah.
you, Radka.
Well, definitely. This is why we are here. So we have to really grow more, because there is so much to give. And I believe this is, I mean, we have to just to be honest, right? There are small hoteliers without, the hotels, like small hotels, the members of the small hotels or the owners of the small hotel. We have also their experienced revenue manager managing 3 hotels. So it's like the community is completely different. And then even though it may look like that the small cannot give something to the big ones, or the big ones cannot give something to the small, because this is completely different life for both of you. There is still, lovely alignment and, the atmosphere, which is actually everyone is benefiting out of that. So I like it very much as well, I can tell.
And even we also have some people with 3 or I don't know how much hotels, but like big brands. And it's also good to understand that it's different realities, like big ones and independent hotels, or company hotels and independent hotels. There are touching points. That's good. And even in our weekly discussions, we can hear that feedback from the big ones, and even the small ones can participate. That's also very good.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. There is a first question for you, Pedro, but before we're going to jump to the questions, I would like to, let's talk about the return of investment, because you said you got more than you have been expecting. You have had some expectation of kind of knowledge and tools you would like to get from me. You have got all, I believe, even more, as you said. But how about the money? How about the investment? Like, because your hotel has been already successful from the beginning. I mean, you have said 40 years, it speaks for itself. But how does it look with the numbers for 2024? Have you been going through some, let's say, revenue, weak periods and high periods? How it has, how you have been influenced by me to go through this, obstacles, or maybe, challenges also?
It's curious to you speak about that, because as we go weekly, seeing the numbers, because that's one of the things that we do. We understand, well, we look to the big picture, as you normally say.
Yes.
And we understood that we had an opportunity here. So 2024 was at the beginning, like January and February were not so good months. And you always told us that don't worry, you have to look to the big picture and everything. So, and we trust you. So then when March starts, we start understood that May was a really good opportunity to do something great. And so your personality is also you're always challenging others. So there was like kind of a challenge for us to look to the numbers and understand that we have an opportunity. So May was a very big challenge. So basically, we had like our goal was to reach the last year numbers, and suddenly say no, 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 that's not enough. You have the opportunity to go much more, and you set a number. And every day I was like following and understanding if it was possible to get there. Um, well, to be honest, we didn't get there, but we were very, very close. And I think that without your experience and your advices, I think we will reach the last year number, maybe a little bit more, but we will not get to with the support of the community and everything. We will not get to to the number that we got. So we sold less, but we made much more money. And with the tools that you provide, it was not even very difficult. Of course, the demand was there, but the way you attract it, you need, well, it's like an art. So, and you have the tools, so, and you show us how to do it, and it was really good. And then the rest of the year, well, it's almost done. So we are in August, beginning of August, and we are almost done with the numbers of last year. And I truly believe it was because of your knowledge and the thing that you just show us.
Now, there is someone pushing you, Pedro, to do the things.
Yeah, sometimes, well, because it's as an independent hotel, you take care of the operation of your dealers, of, well, providers and everything. So sometimes you don't have, well, the time or the availability to just look to the numbers, because you are with so many things happening, basically guests and staff. So suddenly you don't look to the numbers, or you look, but you said, okay, I already did the last year, so I'm okay. So sometimes we need someone to push us, and the community, and of course, led by you. It's a great opportunity for that.
Okay, so let me just maybe recap your success in May. I'm not going to talk about your numbers because this is, I would like to take it in a percentage, let's call it this way.
Okay.
Oh, it was like February, mid of February, when I have seen that you are reaching the occupancy, that you are really reaching quite high occupancy. You have been also, I believe, already like above 65% occupancy for May. And I started to see like that there is not revenue coming in. And I started to push you to really change the dynamic pricing and, start working really dynamically on a daily basis, creating the new packages. I have given you a goal, which was something around that you should increase the revenue by 23%.
Yeah.
So it was roughly like that. Then it was like March, maybe beginning of April, when I have did a little calculation. And we have found out that if we're going to keep our average daily rate as it is right now, we will not achieve the goal because we don't have those rooms. So we have put our goal a little bit down and you have actually almost achieved it. So let's say, I believe it was like 18% more in May.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Roughly 18%. So, and then when it comes to the rest of the year, because actually I'm always telling you, don't look only at one day, 1 week, 1 month. You have to see the big picture, the big budget, your forecast. So I said like, the May is okay. You're going to reach it. You don't really have to worry about. Let's concentrate on a summer. And it was already April. And you said like, maybe it's not really that time to concentrate on a summer. I said like, no, you have to do it now.
Yeah.
If you don't do it now, then we will be again in the same situation in the beginning of the summer, that we will be reaching high occupancy, but not the ADR. So I believe you have been rocking with the occupancy. The occupancy is down a little bit, right? But there is a higher ADR, there is a higher RevPAR, and there is a higher profitability at the end of the day, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect.
So the thing is, we just well, that was the strategy from the beginning, like invest more in the ADR, or well, in the revenue, instead of the occupancy. And the thing about at least our hotel, and I think all the small hotels, is that every room really counts much. So if you don't sell it, it will have the cost is higher than if you have a bigger hotel. So, but it's difficult when you get to occupancies like, I don't know, at the beginning of February, we were already 75% of occupancy. So when you get to these numbers from here above, it's you really have to be careful with your availability and the rooms that you have occupied, because if you want to sell more, you need them to have. You cannot have those small gaps. So that's also a thing that you teach us, and well, that was also really nice. We didn't get the same occupancy as 2023, but at least we got really close. But we were more profitable. So that's what I was looking for in the beginning with the first conversation we have. That was what I was looking for. So yeah, job
Perfect.
done.
Perfect. But your plans has actually with your hotel has kind of not really changed, but you have developed a little bit more quicker with your future bright side of the hotel. So can you tell us something about that? What's happening in 2025 for you in your hotel?
So 2024 was also a year where we changed a few things. Like we just renovated the reception in 2 rooms. But 2025 we will build 2 more rooms here in our garden. So we will pass from 25 to 27. And of course, I'm expecting your assistance of for 2025 to still make the rooms more. I don't know if this word ever even exists in English, but like sellable, like more appealing to the guests. And that's also a thing that being part of this community gives you, is you, even on small things like decoration and should I put carpet or should I put wood floor. So even in these kind of things, it's good to have opinion of persons that are always dealing with in the industry. So that's very good. So yeah, in 2025 we will build 2 more rooms, and we will keep developing our relationship with guests. basically uh, with our website, improving our website to get more conversion in the direct reservations. That's our main goal, of course. That it already happened in a very, I will call it, organic way in 2024 with some changes that Radka also. Well, to be honest, our first conversation was with a website audit.
Okay.
Because I just enrolled myself and you just did it like live. And it was really nice because without anything, you just gave me a few tips to improve the website. So that was like the first impression. It was really nice. And the website also, it's a thing that we are always developing. And it's also very good to see our partners from the community also to develop their own websites and understanding how the process is also really nice. Yeah. But for our hotel is this: we will build two new rooms and we will keep improving our website and our relationship with the guests, the experience. Yeah.
But you have never had such a dream like 1 year ago to doing something like this, isn't it?
No, well, on our first conversation, more serious conversation, I told you a number. We will not get there this year, but I believe maybe next year with two more rooms, I think it will be possible. We are starting now making the strategy to get there. So yeah. So every year we are always improving and trying to get better things for us.
Okay. And 2025, you're already starting on your pricing for 2025. Actually, yesterday we have been talking about, let's say, the process, how to set up the prices for 2025, how, what kind of, let's say, KPIs, or how to decide or where to start with the, let's say, lowest available pricing in the beginning. So how did you found this? Like, because you have been doing some kind of dynamic pricing before we met. But right now
Yeah.
you are a little bit more skilled. You go a little bit more, into the depth. You see like the things are kind of moving. You are more engaging with your pricing. Like, how does it feel for you in terms of the confidence in, because you're gonna improve, you're gonna increase the value of your product, of your rooms. You're gonna add two more rooms, so everything is going hand in hand. So how do you feel about that?
So the difference from what we were doing before being part of the community was like we had a flat rate and we were dynamic on the weekends. That was the way we were doing things. After being part of the community, of course, we understood that the dynamic pricing, it's much more than that. You teach us how to do it with the tools. We did it and it was really nice. But now we are facing a different issue. Is that how can I, with the tools that you gave us, how can we prepare 2025? Because it was the first time we were doing that. So I was stuck in the process in the middle, but then every week we have space to show our doubts and to understand how can we solve a few things and how to match all the tools that you show us. Um, and well, the prices are live now until March, I think
Oh,
so.
congratulations! So you did it
Yes,
yesterday. Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
so I did it. I told you that I will do it yesterday. So yeah, the prices are live now. So we are just and now we will just adapt and we will just follow to see how things go. And of course, every week we will speak and we will see how things are developing. And I think that's the way, the correct way of doing things. If it's going to be amazing, well, let's see. Since if we follow up, then there will be no. We will change the strategy if necessary. So the dynamic pricing, it is a really nice tool. Of course, gives you a few work because you need to have a few things connected and work and a few tools working all connected. So yeah, but as soon as you start doing it and as soon as you perfect your way of doing things, then it is very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that I'm really proud of you, don't you?
Thank you, Radka.
And I believe also your family, that they see you, that you have, you know, you took the, you know, the family legacy with you. You're just improving. And I'm pretty sure that your family is also very proud of you, how you have actually developed and coming with the new ideas of bringing new rooms into, you know, the property. So I believe
Yes,
that,
of course. Money is not everything, but of course it gives a good ambience. But we were already making money before. Now we're just making more money. Well, more money. So yeah, but we are also happy because that with this way of working, we know we have our life more simple. We know that we're in the right track. So for us, that's because we want to keep this in the family as long as we can, and as long as our life allow us. So so yeah, everyone is happy now. So that's good.
yeah, I'm also happy to see that you are not buying a new car, but you are investing the money back to the hotel and to increasing the value.
True.
So
Yeah.
thumbs up.
It's well, having a hotel, you really need to invest. Otherwise, you will start uh, not following the trends of the industry. So if you just stop investing in your hotel, well, for sure you will not succeed.
Hmm. Yeah, we have to, I mean, we have to be really honest. I mean, there are the years which are great, and there are the years which are not really that great. There is
Of course.
always a circle, and we have to just take it there. So, I mean, I believe you are, you know, you have been kind of going really nicely up, and we have to do with the product something in order to simply increase the value. And I believe this is going
Yeah,
to be our project in 2025. So I'm really
of course.
happy to see your progress in this. But let's go to the to the question. Let me just find it out here on Instagram. And
Mhm.
guys, whoever has any question, the questions would be the best here in Instagram, on Instagram. So let me see. There is one question from Jose, and he's saying, how do you attract and retain loyal guests?
So it's good to see that my friends are watching this. Um, so actually, it's funny because we are a hotel for 40 years. So of course we have a few guests that we already know by heart. Um, and there is we also have, and I think Hatka don't know this yet, but we also have a project here with our website provider to have a loyalty program, because at the moment we are having difficulties on identifying repeated guests. So we only notice them when they are already here, or if they told us, of course. So actually, to be honest, we don't do much to retain them, besides providing an exceptional experience. But that's very natural in our way of working. So since we are a family business, me and my father, we are very present in the daily operation. So and I think that makes people want to return because they understood people are here and taking care of them. So that's to answer the question. That's the way we retain the loyal guests. Um, Making them always feeling the need to come back. Of course, we can do more, and I think we will give more benefit to those people because to those guests because we think they deserve. Um, yeah, but that's the way it's providing an exceptional experience. I think that's the way we make them stay with us again and again. And we have clients and guests for, I don't know, more than, I will not say 20 years, but 10 years for sure. People that come here for like every year, they are bringing new friends, they're bringing their families here to stay with us because they really enjoy the experience.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. I really like it.
Perfect.
I mean, this is the best thing you can do. I mean, who cares about the loyalty program, right? I mean, the loyalty points. I mean, of course, there are the clients, but it's more about the big hotel chains. For the small
Yeah.
ones, what really counts is that you put the heart into it and you just take care of them as much as you can, and you really see them as a humans. You remember, or you at least try, or pretend, but I believe you do it, that you really care about that they are coming back, and you're just trying to give everything what's possible. And this is how the people, they simply feel it. I can tell for myself, even though I'm working in the hospitality industry for, I can say, ages already. So it's really, if you put the heart in your hands and you're just giving to them, and they feel like they are at home, and you can do it in a small hotel, you can do it in a bigger hotel, it's coming from you, then this is the best scenario how you can do
Yeah,
that.
so sometimes they just get here, and of course, we know that that face is very familiar for the ones that stay here like 1 or 2 times. When they come the third time, we recognize them, but we don't know the name. But there are a few guests that when they arrive here, we already know the name, and we take care of them, and they know that. But it's curious because when you repeat a hotel or a city for so many times, you really don't need help from the hotel staff to find the best restaurant or whatever, because you already know what you're going to do. So that's also really nice to see how people get familiar with your city and with everything that happens. So it's really nice. But the main thing is trying to go above their expectations always, and
Yes.
that's what makes them come. And they also see the difference in the hotel, that we are just investing in everything, and they recognize that just coming back. So yeah.
That's perfect. I know that you have been going through some challenges this year from that operational perspective, because there was a change in a team, and because you are a rather small hotel, I remember you telling that you have to drop everything and you have to go and run and make sure that your new team is going to provide the best service, because this is all what you care about. You have been also mentioning, I have no time for pricing, Radka. The only thing what I want is to settle my team at that level of the service and expectation I want them to deliver, right?
Yes, well, staff is also a thing that makes you, well, that you understood that having a family business or a business of your own and having staff, you also have to take care of them, of course, but it's also a challenge because sometimes it's difficult to pass to people like the way you want them to do things.
Mhm.
And that's for me the biggest challenge in managing a business, like having people making the things as you want 100% of the time. I think that's really impossible to do, but well, we try it, and sometimes you have to look to the revenue side, and sometimes you have to look to your staff and to the way they are performing. Of course, normally they perform good, but if in my reception team we have 5 persons, so if we lost one, it's
You
kind of
feel.
heavy, and if we lost two, it's even more difficult because then you need to replace and start from the scratch. So yeah, staff is also a very important and difficult part of the job. So you always need to look at it. So
I know, telling Radka to do something with the pricing is not such a big deal, but dealing with people, it's more challenging than coping with me.
yeah. Well, if you have the tools to manage the staff, the same successful tools you had to manage the revenue, please share with us, because it's really really difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, it just reminds me one thing is like, because we are touching actually this topic quite a lot, Pedro. It's the mindset, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you don't really maybe get it too much in your English live calls. My clients in my Czech live call, because I'm originally coming from Czech Republic, they are getting yesterday they have been getting quite a lot of big portion of the mindset. Like, I believe this is something new for hospitality industry, for the revenue managers to even think about something like mindset, and how thinking about our clients, our revenue, what we can all achieve. It's starting, not by numbers, technology and stuff like that, but it's happening in our head. Do you remember that I just encourage you to open the package for 7 nights? And you have been
Yes.
telling, I mean, the clients are coming for 2, 3 nights. Why should I do something like this? So
And then, well, I remember the first time so I put it live, and then the first time we sell it, I sent you a message saying, "Look, Helka, you were right." So that's also good to see, and is still performing. Of course, we always need to follow up and to see how can we improve it. But for now, it's working, and we are extending our length of stay also. That's also really nice. We passed from like 2.5 to close to 3, so we are improving, and we want people to stay more time in the hotel, of course. So that's the way we are doing it, and of course it's working. But at the beginning, you say no one is coming for those kind of we will not get those kind of reservations. And suddenly they start appearing, and it's really nice to see that sometimes it's on your mind. You have it blocked because it's the way you always work, and suddenly someone says, "Look, but you should do it in a different way." And you, at the first, you say, "No, no, no, I think I will not be able to do it." But then suddenly things start happening, and you say, "Okay, it's possible." So it's good also.
I mean, I can just tell you is this is the story for every single hotel. When I was really like years ago doing the outsourced revenue management for the hotels in Prague, it was the same situation. No, no, no. In Prague, there are the guests coming for 3, maximum 4 nights. We cannot really have a 7-night stay. We are not the resort hotels. They are just coming and leaving, and they are doing city hopping, Prague, Vienna, Budapest. And someone has to be the first. So I'm really pretty sure you are the first one, proving also yourself and also the market that it's only just happening, and we are blocking ourselves in the mind. Of course, it may happen that it's not going to work, but it's not the end of the world that something is not working. Well, then we are testing and making the things work for us exactly the way we want to see it, right? You want to have a long stay, so let's encourage the people to stay for longer, and they decide if they want or not at the end of the day.
Sure. Yes.
There is another question for you, or maybe for me. Let's see. From Luis, what role does technology plays in your hotel's daily operations? So Pedro.
My friends are very active. I don't know what's happening. Well, um, of course, technology nowadays is very important. And we even got a funny story on LinkedIn with someone that gave us some AI perspective, and it was really, really nice. So I think technology, of course, it's like a big part of our days, especially in the reception area and revenue area, because nowadays you can easily automate some things, and I think that's the future. In the daily operations, of course, we changed like 1 year or 2 years ago our PMS, our property management system, and it was a huge improvement on reporting, on even dealing with guests. It was much easier, and then also taking care of reservations. So reservations department, revenue, reporting, guests. So everything impacts with this technology. So I think in my hotel, in my daily operations, the property management system is something that you really need to invest and to have some provider that works really nice in a nice way, and also the support is also really nice. Also, another part of technology is, of course, like, I don't know, the website. It's also really important, because it's the way you show yourself to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a huge technology part and it really impacts your daily operations because your reservations are coming from there and you're showing yourself to the world. So I think those are the main two things impacting my daily operation. Technological speaking, it impacts my daily operation. Yeah.
Well,
So
actually,
the technology is very, very important. Yeah, of course.
I cannot really imagine running a hotel, even a small one, without the technology. Because, I mean, when I'm talking about the revenue management, we need a channel manager, we need a right booking engine, the website. Without this, we can simply just, forget to doing something like this, because I cannot really imagine changing the pricing, and availability adjustment to do it manually, not anymore. And I really
Yeah,
agree.
the thing is, I sorry to interrupt you. I remember when my father was more at the reception, uh, The I even saw him working with a fax machine. I was very small, but I remember. And I remember the receptionist, they had like a pencil with blue side and red side. And they were like check out and check in for blue and check out for red. Nowadays, in like I don't know, 1 minute, you can easily see your checkouts and your check-ins. Even the night out, it's much easier. Even the process of doing a reservation, back in the days, it would take you like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Nowadays, it's 30 seconds. So, and this has a huge impact in the work, well, in the working life of a receptionist, for example, because instead of spending, I don't know, 5 minutes doing a reservation, they spend 30 seconds. So they earn 4 minutes and a half to do other things, maybe be more focused on our guests and the experience. So I think that's the way technology impacts the daily operation. And I think in the future, it will have much more impact for sure, because things are always developing, and I think it will have a huge impact.
Yeah, definitely.
Although I think the true heart of the hospitality is people. So, in my opinion and in my perspective, I think we cannot replace a few positions like receptionist or host at the restaurant by a machine. You can, but you will lose some human touch and human feeling and emotions. And I think that's part of the hospitality. Yeah.
It's perfect. I mean, you have a big fans around the globe, Pedro, already for your hotel, because there is another question coming for you. So let me just tell something, whoever is jumping right now to a call. My name is Radka Teličková. I'm the hotel consultant, revenue manager, strategist. I'm the one who is pushing the hotel owners to really, change the mind, doing the things a little bit differently. And I have a Pedro in a call. Pedro is, let's say, co-owning. This is the family business hotel in Porto, in Portugal. And then we have been spending roughly like 10 months working together on a weekly basis inside the community of other hoteliers. And today we are talking about your success, your journey, your thoughts, like everything what is related to the business. I'm really happy that, I have a good time. Hopefully you have also, that you are enjoying that. And the question is coming, maybe it is a friend of yours, I don't know,
Yeah,
Joe.
it's another one.
And he says, how do you incorporate local culture and community into the guest experience?
That's also a good question. So this year, last year I decided that in 2024 I wanted our city to be more present in the experience of our guests. So I contact a few small companies or businesses to come here and to just present and to sell their products during our breakfast time, because I thought it would be a nice idea. We did it. So we have two lovely companies coming here, one for infusions, really nice ones, like with a very creative packaging and everything. It was really nice, and it worked nice. And then we had also another company for beauty products. It was also really nice to have that local feeling in our hotel. We always try to do that. Of course, we also try to have, for example, in the breakfast, we also always try to have local products, and even like sweets from close by locations that guests from, I don't know, UK, United States, they don't even know that it exists. And they are really nice. So we try always to have it on breakfast. So that's the way we want the local community to come inside of our hotel. We are a small hotel. Maximum we have like 55 persons, but at least we can show them. The idea of bringing people here, another businesses inside, it's also then at the end of the year to have a small market. That's the main idea. let's see if it's going to happen. We will not do it on Christmas because those business have another things to do on Christmas and bigger things. But maybe at the end of the summer or maybe at the beginning of autumn, we will have like a small party having them here selling their products. I don't know. We are still trying to understand it, but helping the local community, we try always to do that. And of course, then we also do the some charity things here with the church that we have close by, and that's how we do our part of helping the local community.
Perfect, perfect. I mean, I'm in love with your garden. I was always telling you
Yes.
get the breakfast in the garden because I will be the first one sitting there. And actually, I owe you a visit because actually I have never been to Porto. Shame on me. Well, so I believe I have to do it at some point to really pay a visit to you because I can imagine myself be there in the garden, and enjoying the sun. Also in the winter, this is my expectation.
Yes.
Coming from the foggy, cold Germany, Czech Republic, and really going somewhere where it's sunny and not really that cold. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So my last, let's say, request to you, Pedro, if it could be, let's say, can you just recap let's say quickly in three things, like your development, what you have done inside my community together with working with me, what it would be, the 3 points quickly.
So the first thing will be for sure the revenue side. I think that's your main asset and your main expertise. Then being actually part of the community, having the opportunity to share your thoughts 24 hours a day, 360 days, and even the things that you're doing in your hotel, everything is also an amazing thing. And then the last thing is having someone always pushing you to do better and at least challenge you to think and to change a few things in your mind. So I think that for me, those are the main three things. And I know that people in the community, they really trust in your expertise and in your opinion. And I think you're building something really strong. And I'm thankful for that, of course.
I'm also thankful for that because you have given me the opportunity for, going abroad with this kind of program, because I was doing always one-to-one with international customers, but not something like that. And I was also struggling with myself to asking like, can I actually mix my Czech and Slovakian customers with my English ones? And I was kind of doubting also myself, like how this could work if someone is writing something in Czech. How does it impact the ones who doesn't really speak the language? And as we have seen, it works like amazing. Do you use the Google Translator for this? If you would
Yeah,
like.
yeah, I was going to say that many times. I don't speak Czech, of course, but when I see that it's trending, like everyone is putting something there, I just go to Google online to Google Translator, and I just translate it to see, and sometimes I reply in English, of course. But yes, of course, I do it because, well, you see that it's having some impact. So I want to be part of that. And of course, I use it and I translate it. Yeah, that's the only thing that can change in the future, but it's not really a issue, at least for me.
Okay, we need more international hoteliers who wants to join us, right? So
Yeah.
tell me something. If you could say one wish, who you want to have in the community, who should be there? Like, what would you like to maybe learn from someone else or from some other destination? Who could be the best, sparring partner for you? Let's say he will be or she will be joining the call. Give me the wish.
But like a famous hotelier or someone random in
And
the
I don't know,
I
like,
would say maybe I would like to have someone from Spain or from France
okay.
because they are more, well, Spain more, but they are more southern Europe. So I would like to have someone from one of those countries with a small hotel, 50 rooms maximum, having the idea or having the willing to develop and to learn more. Like yeah, but someone that already has a hotel already established and want to improve the way they are working.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. So
I
it's a
think we're lacking someone from Spain or France. Yeah.
okay. So it's a calling to all hoteliers around the globe, including and especially for you from France and Spain. So the owners of the hotel who has been managing the property maybe for a few years, they have certain experience. They maybe have an experience and well-established business that they would like to move to the second level or the third level. They would like to go bigger and higher. We can take Greece maybe as well, isn't it?
For me or Italy, that's okay.
So perfect. So it's a calling to all hoteliers to join us. You can message me if you would like to. You can also, contact me through the LinkedIn, wherever you're going to find me on those social media, and we can have a quick call together. We can discuss how we can help you and if you'll be the right match to the community. And if you are exactly the one Pedro actually mentioned, the doors are open and we are looking forward to see you. So, Pedro, thank you very much. It was not
Thank you,
expected
Hakan.
we're going to be there 1 hour. It was
1 hour, yes. Good.
we have
Thank you
got
very
some
much.
we have got some also highs from Zanzibar. Do you want to have a Zanzibar
I've been there,
hoteliers?
but it, it's not my friend for sure.
Most likely mine because he's
Yes.
writing in Czech, so he just understand that I'm, the Czech girl. Okay,
Good.
anyway, thank you very much for your time. It was really lovely. Thanks for sharing your journey. Again, I'm really proud of you. I'm pretty sure your family is also proud of you. Go and show the world that this is the best hotel in the Porto. You are the best
Yeah.
hotel in the Porto. We're gonna make it next year, definitely. And I'll see you next week or in the 2 weeks in a call again.
Okay. Thank you.
You take care, Pedro. Have a lovely day,
Thank
and
you. Bye.
thank you everyone for joining us today. Bye bye.